Hey everybody, David Heavener here, and I have my good friend Paul Begley.
Great to be here in the studio. I love the studio.
You got to come by more often.
I'm gonna try. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I have questions for you that I believe people out there have actually asked, but maybe they just haven't had the nerve or the opportunity to ask you. Where did Paul Begley come from? What I mean is,
they broke the mold. I say that.
What I mean is, where you are today with your network on YouTube and your ministry, how did that come to be?
You know, totally God. Totally God. Because it's the last thing I would have ever, I never even knew what I was doing, okay? I've been in ministry 33 years, but I didn't start doing online radio, online YouTube videos. I've done this for 7.5 years. God specifically directed me to do it, called me to do it, told me to do it. And when he told me to do it, I said, I don't know, what is that? And I actually went on YouTube and looked around and nobody was doing it.
Right.
Then I really got nervous.
Wow. How many years ago was that?
7.5 years.
7.5 years ago?
7.5 years.
And so with no experience,
none,
no technical experience, and nobody else doing it.
No.
God told you to do it.
Told me to do it.
Kind of like telling Noah to build
an ark. Yeah,
right.
Build an ark.
It's never going to rain. Okay, you're right. So you've been kind of like the cutting edge.
Yeah.
Or the poster boy.
The original watchman is what they say.
The original watchman.
Original watchman.
Okay. Now, where are we now with this? Meaning, now that you've been doing the prophecy and everything, where are we? Are we in the last days? I mean, can you give us just a concise point of view of what Paul Begley sees right now?
You know, it's a great question, and that's probably the #1 question so many people want to know. There's never been a time in history that we see every biblical prophecy converging at once. I mean, we've broke records in earthquakes, volcano eruptions, asteroids going by, wars, rumors of wars detonating. We're talking nuclear holocaust almost every day now. And we've also see, besides all of those things, we see evil at a highest level ever.
Yeah.
Wickedness, David, has gotten so bad. And then there's this, the church is in this, some people in the church world are in a coma spiritually, okay?
Yeah.
But the good news is, in the midst of all of these signs and different things taking place, people are starting to ask questions. Yeah. What's going on?
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And how come the government's bringing in chips? Why is there these new technologies? What's going on in Congress? What's happening in this world? And so there's this convergence that's forcing people to go to the Bible. And when they go to the Bible, and I'm going to tell you right now, that total solar eclipse experience with this Revelation 12 in the Bible and all the other apocalyptic signs, this is telling us that we are in the last days. And I even got a word from the Lord once, a few months ago, and the Lord said to me, have you ever considered the Antichrist might be already sitting in the table? He may be already at the table. He hasn't been revealed, but he's getting in position. He's sitting among some of the world leaders.
Wow.
Okay, so I never even thought about that, because I'm always thinking that's down the road,
right,
it's not my lifetime.
Right.
We're in a different era than we've ever been, and I think that's why, after 25 years of preaching the gospel, pastoring, evangelizing, one day I just get like a lightning bolt that says, you're going biblical prophecy, and you're going to do it 24/7, and you're not going to stop. Okay, that's what I want you to do, and here's how you're going to do it.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Why is this any different than 100 years ago or 50 years ago or 200 years ago when people would climb up on the mountain and say Jesus is coming back tomorrow? What's different now?
Okay, this happened in 1843. This happened in the year 999. This happened in the year 1999, Y2K.
Right. Exactly.
Then we had our Mayan calendar apocalyptic moment in the year 2012.
Right.
All of those non-scriptural.
Okay.
Had nothing to do with the Bible.
Okay.
Y2K had nothing to do with the Bible. The Mayans,
right.
that's a Mayan prophecy.
Right.
Now we're talking about biblical prophecy.
Okay.
Now the things happening are from the Word of God.
And what would those be? If you could pick out, say, the 3 most important things that have happened or are happening now that would back up the prophecy that you have leading toward the end times.
Israel becoming a nation in 1948 was absolutely, that one turned everybody around. Now this is now the 70th year. Okay.
And it says that in the Bible.
It says it in the Bible.
Israel will become a
nation. And he will bring them from every nation in the world back to the, and he did. That's huge. Number 2, the formation of the United Nations and this global governance mentality, a globalization.
Yes.
That is right out of the pages of Revelation of a new world order or a beast system.
And when did that happen?
Oh, that happened at the same time. The United Nations formed, is right now in their 72nd year.
Okay, so it's been around a while.
Yeah, 72 years.
Okay.
And Israel's going to be a nation 70 come May.
Okay, all right. And so give me the third one. What's the third most?
Third one I would say probably, believe it or not, is the, I don't want to say all the generality of all the things combined, but the Revelation 12 constellation. Everybody's read this forever, for 2,000 years. And for the stars to finally line up. And but I have a little take on it. Some people are thinking maybe this is the rapture day. I don't see that. I'm okay. Anytime the Lord wants to come back, I'm fine with it. First bus out of here, I'm out of here. But reality is, when you read Revelation 12, it's talking about the introduction of the beast system. The dragon coming after the woman and after her seed.
Oh,
okay. So we are now.
And this is the constellation. This is the woman.
The woman is in Virgo. She's the woman. She'll have her 12 stars. There's only 9 in Leo, but 3 planets come in and make 12. She's clothed with the sun. The moon's under her feet. She's giving birth to this man-child. That constellation has never been there. Perfect alignment.
Interesting.
2,000 years.
And what I find interesting is when Christ came into this dimension, what were the signs in the sky?
It was the Star of Bethlehem.
Was it the star?
Yes, it was.
When Christ comes back,
there's another sign.
Will it be another sign? Will it be another? That's very interesting. Now, we're not saying 100% that's what it is, but we're saying, hey, that if we were investigative reporters, we'd go, hey, I think we're on to something.
I had a great conversation with L.A. Marzulli, and we said, what are we going to, here's the facts. The facts are this constellational alignment has never happened before, and according to NASA, using quantum computers, it never happens again, So, and it matches the Bible's description. So let's agree this is a biblical moment. Now the question is, what's it telling us? That's what we're still analyzing. That's what we're all still analyzing.
The question is, what is it telling us, not what are we trying to make it to be?
Exactly. I won't do that.
No. I know you don't. But I see people out there doing it. I see people out there, and I'm going, what? Are you kidding me? You know, I do believe in signs, Paul.
Yes.
I believe that God gives us signs. Now, Jesus said that no man knows the hour. Matter of fact, Jesus said, I don't know, the Father knows, but we are in the season. And he said, watch. Be alert. So I believe God has things for us to see for those that are awake.
You nailed it. This is what this sign is. It's the announcement we're in the season.
We're in the season.
And then we can go say, well, how do we know we're in the season? Well, let's look at Israel's going to be its 70th anniversary. The world governance is being formed, breaking records on all the things that Jesus said in Matthew 24. So if you add it all up, all the pieces of the puzzle are on the table, and it looks like the puzzle's 80% built, and the last pieces are kind of going fast, Last Evangelist is a piece in that puzzle.
It's a piece. Well, I'm going to have to write an episode about what we're talking about, because I bill The Last Evangelist as CSI meets the Book of Revelation. It's investigative. It's live action, just like a TV series, but it's all about God. God's in the center of it, and it's what we're going to go through. The chip, the Antichrist, the cashless society, the registered and unregistered church, FEMA camps, you know, that's there. We are watchmen, and we're crying out to the people, People, look at that cloud. Look, it's turning gray. Look at that tree. Look at the leaves. They're falling off. Look at the signs they're signs. They're not anything you're going to run and go hide in a cave. And,
no.
you know, it's not that kind of thing. It's people. Let's wake up. Let's wake God's people up and say, look and see what God, the signs that God is giving us right now.
Absolutely.
And that's what you're talking about, that constellation in the sky.
It's in the sky. And then that says, okay, you said this 2,000 years ago. Here it is.
Here it is.
So maybe I should see what's going on.
Right.
Wow, what's going on is matching the rest of the book.
That makes sense to me. God said it. God did it.
Yeah.
Here it is. And we know there's a God.
Yeah.
I mean, if nothing else, we can bring people to the Lord in a way of saying, hey, I want to show you what God said. Now I want to show you what God has done. And people that don't even know the Lord, they'll at least they'll go, wow. That's cool.
I didn't know that. And oh, by the way, it's the Feast of Trumpets. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So again, you're in the season. He's making sure that we understand this is not a coincidence. It's not an accident.
Right.
This was a divine. He has total order. This is a divine move, and you're living in a divine time.
Right.
Very important.
Right. Paul, thank you so much.
Hey, it's going to be great. It's an honor. Thank you for being a part of The Last Evangelist. I'm excited.
Yeah,
you're going to love it. You're going to say more, season 2.
He's more excited than I am.